Hello everyone, here Patrick and Ben at the 2019 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. Today was the last day of the each race. Mini and Micro Max classes had one heat and the other has two. So Kieran Hartley in the Mini Max class, still very competitive class because we know that Rotax brought a new package for the micro and mini to try to make it simpler to adjust, set up. It's dedicated to the newcomers in the sport and the new dads. And we saw that, for example, just on the warm-ups, 210s behind the leader and Kieran was in 15th, exactly. So it's very close.
Yeah, hands have to go up to the guys at Rotax. They put a huge effort into the micro mini package. We all know that micro mini wasn't the most equal of categories, shall we say, but now, holy, it's close. Even in the race, you know, Kieran, I think he finished 13th in his heat, and he was on the back of the lead pack. He was battling for the lead in 13th, sort of thing. So it's so close. The one problem with it being so close is that they're all doing the same speed, so it's very difficult to move forward when they're all doing the same speed. So
you need to wait for a mistake.
Exactly, you need to wait for a mistake, and which is exactly what Kieran done. He drove smart, just like he did last year. So he's done really well. I think he's actually starting 13th for the pre-final tomorrow as well. So
which is a good position.
Which is a really good position on the inside. So yeah, if he makes a few positions at the start, inside the top 10 for final, and I know they're looking for a little bit more speed to have in the draft. He's not quite so strong in the draft as the other drivers. So if he can find that bit of speed, have a good pre-final tomorrow, then I'm very excited and optimistic about Sunday's final for him.
In the junior class, we had Jason Leong and Justin Sarno. Jason started this morning the same way he did yesterday. He crashed in the first lap of his first race of today. 32nd or 33rd after the first lap, went back to finish like 12 or 13, but he won his last heat.
Exactly, yeah. I think you know, a lot of people say this, you know, when they get crashed out, it wasn't my fault, and I actually saw this crash with my eyes, and he was in the middle of a corner. The guy behind, don't know what he was thinking, a bit like what I don't know what a lot of the juniors are thinking at the minute today, and just tagged Jason in the middle of the corner and spun him around. It really wasn't Jason's fault, but luckily for him, he's got the speed to come back through to the middle of the pack, and he races so smart this year, which is really what I think stepped up for him this year. He's racing intelligently. He's not doing anything stupid. He's waiting for his passing moves to be done at the right time without losing too much positions, and the same thing in the last heat. He had a pretty average start on the outside in P4, dropped back to 8th or 9th in the first lap, and just slowly worked his way up to the lead. Took the lead on the seconds last lap. Even had enough time on that seconds last lap to put out a little bit of a gap to get ahead of the draft, and went on to win. So it was great drive for him in that last heat, and a good confidence boost. I think is what he needed after the first two heats this morning and yesterday.
We've been scared a bit after the race. He was called to the steward office, but finally no penalty.
No penalty, exactly.
Justin Sarno did two solid heats. Did not gain as much position as he wanted, but did not went back. So both are in good position tomorrow because Jason will start. He is classified 8th, so he's going to start fourth in his pre-final, and Justin is classified 24th, so he's going to start his pre-final 12th position.
Yeah, so they're in good positions for the pre-finals tomorrow, and if Jason can get a bit of luck and Justin get a bit of luck in the first lap or so, and they've both got the speed to be right up in the top 5, even Justin. So yeah, a good pre-final tomorrow they'll be right there for the final, which will be good.
Patrick Woodstock, Insigne and Griffin Dollar had the 2E to try to get forward. So what was their day for them?
So Patrick was doing really well in the second heat this morning. Again, a bit like yesterday, moving forward really well. And I didn't actually see what happened, but I think he got tagged from behind in the last hairpin. coming into the last sector, and I saw him driving through the grass and the dust flying. So yeah, he was a bit unfortunate there, and the same in the last heat. The speed wasn't quite there, he wasn't moving forward too much, but he was still ahead of where he started, which is all you can ask for, is moving forward. And 5 karts went into one corner and they didn't come out basically, and he got drove over the back of. Again, I hate to say it, but it really isn't his fault. You know, quite often I like to look at where you can improve as a driver whenever you're involved in a crash, but you know, when you get driven over and someone behind you just drives over the top of you, there's not much you can do. So it's really unfortunate for him. So he's going to be starting, I think, 20th tomorrow. He's 40th overall, starting 20th. He's still got a chance of making the final if he has a good semi-final. Griffin, unfortunately, in the second heat, just again got driven over the top of in turn 2, and I don't think he finished in the end. And then the third heat moved forward a little bit, but the racing is so tight, so tough, very aggressive racing. He really struggled because of that.
You shouldn't have finished the race with tire marks on your shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't have tire marks on your shoulder, which is what he had in the second heat, unfortunately. But he's going to be starting, I think, 23rd tomorrow for the semi-final. Again, if he can have a really good semi-final, he should hopefully scrape into the final. And
our DD2 Masters. So Jared Freeston was very good in his first heat. Had a problem in the last one, but
yeah, exactly. Again, had a problem in the last one. Bit of crashing going on again, which is the theme of the day, I think. But you know, his 8th place finish in the second heat shows his pace. So he's going to be starting in 24th tomorrow, I believe. So he should be hopefully moving forward. And actually, he's 24th overall, so he's going to be starting 12th in his semi-final. Yeah. He's got the speed again to be top 10 comfortably. So if he plays it smart, has a good solid race, and is aggressive after he's learnt it from yesterday and today, he'll be making the final. But unfortunately for Alex Gauthier, a story of his first 2 heats, he got taken out. But basically, a guy in front of him spun, and he had nowhere to go but the grass, and unfortunately ended up DNFing the first heat today, so the second heat overall. And he's, you know, even if he wins, I'm not sure he's going to make the final. So unfortunately for him, it's not been a great weekend, but he's having fun, he's enjoying himself. It's a great experience, and he's already talking about doing more races next year to come back and try and compete next year. So he's understood what it is to be at the grand finals, which I think is a good thing for him. So hopefully he'll qualify back next year, and he'll come with a bit more experience for next year.
He's got a very good attitude there.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a great
this help, and he's working hard with his mechanic wheels.
Yep.
So
yeah, exactly.
DD2 guys, we had Isaac Merritt, Davide Greco, and Noel Dollar. So Isaac Merritt didn't have a good heat this morning, but good this afternoon.
Yep.
So he is 30th after the standings, and is going to start his pre-final in 15th position.
Exactly, so he'll be starting 15th, and he's got the speed to be a bit further up than that. So if he can move forward, he'll be reasonably comfortably in the final, hopefully. And then from there, again, he's got the speed to be solid mid-pack. And once you're in the final, anything can happen. So hopefully he'll be good there.
Yeah, here this weekend, I think the team is avoid problem, because there's a lot of contacts. We had one race today with 20 penalties for drop down bumpers.
That was the juniors, of course.
Noel Dollar did good this morning, especially the first heat. Where he finished 15th, started 31st, so it was a solid one.
Yeah, very good.
And 39 overall, so he will start 19 in his pre-final, which is pretty near to be able to make the final. Yeah,
exactly. So he should be, again, he'll be right on the limit of making the final. So hopefully he'll have a solid semi-final there tomorrow. Stay out of trouble, which is what he's been doing, which is all we need to do.
The experience. Yeah. We see the experience when he's on track.
Exactly. So he's using his experience a lot, staying out of trouble, and just moving forward from there. So a good semi-final, and hopefully be making the final.
So Davide Greco finally had speed in the last heat. Of course, he had to battle and won and lost position. It's going to be more difficult for him.
Yeah, I think again, maybe he's in a similar situation to Alex Gauthier. Even if he, wins the semi-final tomorrow, it's going to be tough for him to make the final, unfortunately, because of a crash in the second heat this morning and some speed issues and so on. But he's still motivated. He's enjoying himself, and he'll go out and make himself proud in tomorrow's semi-final, I'm sure.
Maybe just to clarify, to make the final, they take the standings point, and they will add points according to your position in the pre-final race, and this will decide for the starting grid of the final. So even if you win the pre-final tomorrow, you're not sure to be qualified for the final. So very important day for tomorrow.
Yeah, very important.
Some will have to give their card back.
Yeah.
Hope we won't have Canadian, or not too much.
Yeah.
So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day, and the way the racing's been going, literally anything can happen. Anything can happen. Even the guys at the front are racing sometimes not very smart, so if our guys can be a bit more intelligent compared to a lot of the guys towards the front, anything can happen for them. And yeah, an important day, and we'll be getting ready for the Saturday finals day.
So the way it works tomorrow, all the first pre-final for each class will be tomorrow morning, and the second pre-final in the afternoon. So you can watch the live broadcast. They have many cameras. They have a very good show. So
Yep.
Join us, and like you if you were here.
Yeah, exactly. You might even hear me on the commentary box tomorrow.
Perfect. So we will be back tomorrow with another short video about Team Canada and the results. Thank you.
Thanks.